Number 17, approve a 1-year extension of the waste connections.
Mayor, Council, Caleb Blaschke, I'm City Manager. So this is a contract, so typically just covering,
You're making a lot of noise.
so every 5 years, it's 5 to 8 years, the city goes out to bid for a new trash service company. We expected that, we thought 5 years was next year, but we found out that the 5 years happened 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. And so there's a process after that for the council to extend the contract with Southwest for an additional 3 years, but it's 1 year at a time. So every year we can come back for a year extension. So we're coming to you before today for a year extension. That doesn't mean that we can't go back out to bid on June 30th. We'd actually want to go out to bid before that time. We would probably want to, maybe during our strategic plan retreat or whatever else, say, we would rather you move forward on that right away right now. We would want to start the bid at least 6 months earlier for a trash service company. So I know we had some issues with Southwest Disposal last year, and we've been keeping tabs on any complaints that the city received. So before you, there were 6 registered complaints with our city staff. All of them were addressed, but we do our best to address our citizens' complaints right away and work with Southwest Disposal on those issues. And so Southwest Disposal, a year ago when we discussed this with the city council, we held them for just contempt of contract dispute, and we brought them in, and they came in and they made a series of changes after that. One of the changes was they relocated our contacts and who we work with from El Paso to Tucson. So now we work with the Tucson office directly. They have better backup. I put that in some of the notes there, is they have vehicles on backup, so if one goes down, they're able to do that. For the last 2 years, they've still been waiting on a new vehicle to come in. They said that everything, the supply chain, they've been waiting for certain parts for these vehicles, and they just haven't come in yet. But we're still in line to get a new vehicle, and they said that was slated for about December. So we're still waiting for that to occur. Other things that we've tried to improve on is communication. So anytime that there's an issue or a problem, they notify our staff, and then our staff writes it down, and there's follow-up to that. And so we keep a big long list of all these things so that we're keeping records of any issues that occur. We're still working through a couple things. One of the examples I gave is when alley shut down for utility lines or utility line construction, and their driver sees it and turns around and doesn't service the area. They told me they've been giving their drivers training, that they're training drivers that notify them, and then they'll notify us, and then we'll notify the residents to let them know that trash service will be delayed, or they'll have to put their dumpsters in front of their house. So that's kind of where we're at with Southwest Disposal right now. It's up to the council if you want to extend that contract for a year. It's actually would be 10 months based on where we're at right now. And then it's up to the council to see if we continue to extend that, or if you would say extend it and we want you to prepare for a bid in June 30th of next year. That's all kind of the council's discussion and direction.
How long have they been with us, Caleb?
It's switched different companies' names, but I think roughly 20 to 25 years they've been here.
And they've helped the community do different things.
They've given us donations at different times, and they help with cleanups, and though some of it is tied to our contracts with them and providing that service. Most recently, this last year, I'm looking for Robert, but Robert stepped outside. We started trying to do a new thing, a community cleanup, and that community cleanup, they send people to haul off everything. This first one was a little rough. I think we had under 10 people that participated, but we're hoping the November cleanup, when we really start advertising over the next couple months, we'll have a lot more. So we do bulky pickup items, and then they do